I'm Diane, this is Mark. As we said, we're two co-founders of Canny CIC, 4 directors, very small organisation, but the 2 directors are also here today. So we're really delighted to be able to speak to all of you people today. We said we were going to talk about building a community to protect nature, and we're very aware that there is so much expertise in the room to share. So let's crack on.
Right, well, before we talk about us, what we do and what we would like to do, I'd like all of you just to consider what your favourite insect is and why. I think it's very important that we pass on the enthusiasm that we all have for the natural world. So if I mention that my favourite insect is the ruby-tailed wasp, how could you not love that? Look at the colour of it. It's so clever. It uses chemical camouflage to make sure it doesn't get found out by the things it preys upon, because it's a parasite. It's not aggressive. It's really small. It'll fit on your little fingernail. And just look at the wonderful colours. But enough about what I love. What is Canny Wild?
And you will need that insect at the end of the presentation, so just keep it in your mind, please. So Canny Wild, we're a tiny organisation. It's been interesting to reflect. So Natural History Society of Northumbria, reaching 200 years. We're just about to reach 2 years. So we're in comparison tiny. But we're just focused on in South Tyneside getting people to spend more time in nature, enjoying it, loving it, and taking care of it in effect.
So some of our current projects are Friends of Pebble Riverside Park, which we set up to get people to go in and use and recognise the wonderful resource we have just across the river from Walker. It's one of the largest green spaces in the whole of Tyneside. We run a natural nature discovery festival. Started off in our first year just as one day. We now broadened it out to cover several months, and we hope to broaden it out to cover other places in South Tyneside in the next couple of years. And with the generous support that we've had from organisations that are here and also Tyne Rivers Trust, it's our intention in future years with Tyne Rivers Trust to broaden it out across the whole of the Tyne catchment area. We also do a few others that you can see in the pictures here, which are little planting schemes, which we've shamelessly nicked the idea off PASA. So, don't reinvent the wheel when somebody else can show you how to do it.
Okay, and then, so what we said we were going to talk about was how to engage people, how to build a community to protect nature. So we tried to come up with a few points that encapsulated the approach that we're trying to take, and there are points. And then what we did was we compared it with some of the research that had been done on nature connection research, and nature connection team, particularly at the University of Derby, was one of the things that we looked at. The things that we really think are key are to get people noticing stuff. So many people even when they use the green spaces, if they do use them, they don't look at stuff and they don't notice stuff. And as soon as you get someone to look at something like that gorgeous buff-tailed bumblebee enjoying that dead nettle, which is apparently a weed, that's what we want. We want people noticing that stuff and getting confused about it, and then loving where they live and paying attention to some of the wonderful stuff. And sometimes bringing people from outside to our little patch in South Tyneside has made a massive difference, because people are super impressed sometimes with the parks and the green spaces that we do have. There's lots to work on, but they're super impressed, and I think that gives people a sense of pride, and pride really matters to the people that we're working with. Did you not want to talk about well-being and self-care?
Oh, yes. Well, this comes on to sort of well-being and self-care. We shouldn't forget, in all this talk about nature, we shouldn't forget ourselves. And what a wonderful boost to our mental health, to our physical health, it can be to be in nature. And without us, and without us feeling good, we might not have the strength to make the actions that are necessary to make the right changes for the world.
And we thought that this quotation from the Derby team, the Nature Connection team, really kind of summed up a pathway into nature for communities. Sometimes when you're really into it, you forget how you got into it. And I think, if you notice more stuff, pay attention, you'll feel good in nature. That's the one things that we think about, some of the well-being stuff that we've been doing, and you'll enjoy it more, and ultimately you'll care about it. So that's kind of the pathway that we're following.
Oh, sorry. And quickly, there's another quote I quickly noticed just yesterday from Hamza Yassin. You might know him as Ranger Hamza, or from Strictly Come Dancing. And it was in the National Trust magazine, and I just love the fact that he said, nature, it's your therapist, and it's free. It's there for all of us to use.
Okay, and before it goes off, as he said, you can get in touch with us in the following ways, but we set a task that we want everyone to speak about insects, nature, the effect it has on them. So your task is, you must have come up with an insect. Surely you've come up with an insect. And you will be able to pass it on and speak to people about it.
Yeah, so
please do, including us.
Yeah, so speak to each other about it, speak to us about it, but go outside after this conference and go and tell somebody about your favourite insect and find out what theirs is. Thank you.
Thank you.